Casey. It's good to see you. So I see here that you just had an MRI that's told you that you had degenerative disc disease. I'm sorry to hear that. I also see you say that you are experiencing these symptoms that aren't necessarily proportional to this condition that you've been diagnosed with through this MRI.
Well, why do you say that?
Well, mainly because we know symptoms of degenerative disc disease, and we also understand the nervous system and how pain works. So the symptoms you have of sensitivity of the skin and pain to the touch of the skin of that area, that isn't something common with this disease. What it is common with is what we call central sensitization. And what that is basically your nervous system in there, it's upregulated. So
What do you mean by upregulated?
upregulated. So it might, for example, I'll give you a metaphor. So think of our brains as, or think of our nervous system, not necessarily even our brains, because there's nerves in our spine that actually contribute to this pain response, right?
Okay.
So what's happening is there's a small signal going in, right?
Mhm.
Such as the touch, something that shouldn't be eliciting a pain response. But your nerves sense that, and they're so upregulated or sensitized that they amplify that signal, right? So I'll relate it to a smoke alarm. So you have a smoke alarm in your house, right? So the function of that smoke alarm is to tell you when there's danger, right? So in this case of the smoke alarm, that's smoke. So let's say that there's a big fire that's close to burning down your whole house. So that sets off the smoke alarm, and that's gonna call the call the fire truck to come, right?
Yeah.
Put it out. So let's say that smoke alarm remembers this alert and this smoke. So now it's extra on high alert. So even something such as a candle, or you're cooking in the kitchen, small amount of smoke. That small amount of smoke will hit that smoke alarm, and now that it's sensitized, it's going to alert even if you're not in danger. So that's the same thing that's going on in there. So the degenerative disc disease, there is danger to that tissue, but it's not proportional to that pain you're feeling, right?
Okay.
So
Well, how much danger should I be worried about then?
So not very much. It's a very common condition you're dealing with, degenerative disc disease, and it's showing that it's mild. So it's definitely something that you can learn to manage, and something that should not be producing these symptoms that you're feeling. And it says, and what I also want to talk about is there's also these other factors that contribute to this perception of pain. For example, your stress and anxiety. You said that the sensitivity of the skin is more whenever you're more stressed out, right?
Yeah, well, I guess I'm stressed all the time, so.
But, okay, so yeah, so things such as your past history, your upbringing, things like that, just your mental state. There's this thing called the neural matrix, and it kind of takes the signals that skin sent through your nervous system all the way up, then it forms this perception of pain, right?
Okay.
So these things can also amplify that pain signal.
Okay.
So are you seeing anybody for your stress and anxiety?
No.
No, you're not? Okay, so maybe getting that under control might help alleviate these symptoms. Also, as well as just addressing some other things such as how this injury happened, kind of just and educating you on degenerative disc disease and the symptoms you should be feeling. And there is a way for us to desensitize these nerves and decrease this amplification
Okay.
of this danger signal that you're getting. Even if it's not a danger signal, like the touch of the skin, right? So
Yeah.
there is a way to desensitize those nerves in your spinal cord, all right?
Oh, there are? Okay.
Yes.
Like